Thanks for stopping by my channel. It's your girl LT with MoreshadeTea, and we are back for another video. Y'all, today, as promised, I think it's time for us to go back a little bit with Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 1, Episode 1. Y'all, I had to go back and actually watch some of these videos so I can get a better understanding as to, and I've watched it from day one, but I feel like we need like a little refresher course, because there's been some interesting things that happened. The lies, at times Tisha got played by Marcel. Kimmy on her, I don't know what the hell she had going on, but it looks like Kimmy was actually hating Mel at the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the intro, and we're gonna come back and talk about it, y'all. Okay guys, we're going to jump right into the video. This is going to be episode 1, season 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like the video, thumbs up, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. The subscription is absolutely free, y'all. Just hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so that way when I do post new videos. And we're just going to get right into it. Now, one thing I noticed when the series first started, it delved right into these 4 couples. You know, we had Melody and Martell, we had Marcel and Tisha, and then we had Kimmy and oh my god, I always forget his name. Kimmy and Maurice. Why did I forget Maurice's name? Oh my gosh. But anyway, you know, it showed these 3 couples. I don't know why I said 4 couples. It showed these 3 couples that basically wanted to come back to this comeback group initiative to build property and to help the community, build up the community. The idea was pretty good. However, there was a lot of snakes in the grass. And one thing I noticed at the beginning was Mel, Kimmy was not your friend from the beginning. It was just something, if you guys go back and you look at, and I'm going to see if I can get some snippets to put in here. If you look at how Kimmy reacted to whenever Mel's name was brought up, and don't get me wrong, I actually like Kimmy, but Kimmy did not, Mel, Kimmy was not your friend. This girl found any and every opportunity to either come at Mel sideways or talk greasy about her. She even said that Mel was not genuine. So basically she called Mel fake. Now, Kimmy, I pointed out a lot of lies that came from you. I don't know why the internet is posting your age at 38. Babe, you will never see 38 again in this lifetime. You are not 38. But I'm not going down a woman. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So when the scene first started with Martell and Melody, we went into their home. We saw their children, how they lived, nice home, all that good stuff, and them talking about their real estate. One thing I noticed from the jump was the fact that Martell dubbed Melody as an actress, and I found that quite interesting because he actually compared her to their older daughter, Mariah. I don't know if in Martell's head he thinks that because a woman stands her ground, she's about her business, she doesn't take any BS, she's considered to be an actress. It was just weird what he said. And one thing I also noticed was the fact that Mel was not about that life. Listen, they actually got married in, I think it was 2004. Yeah, it was actually in 2004. And one thing I noticed off bat, Martell was saying that after college, he basically proposed to Mel. I believe he said the day after college. He was trying to like lock her in. Imagine how far. And I know this negate the fact of what's going on with her life right now. She would have never had beautiful kids or whatever. But Imagine how far Melody would have gotten if she just chose to leave. Well, I'm not even going to say that because things happen for a reason. But it just seems, if you look at Martell, and this dude has to be the biggest narcissist. I don't even want to use that word because so many content creators use that word, but he is. He's a narcissist. And just looking at his reaction, because I'm actually watching this live while I'm recording this, looking at his reaction when Melody talks, it's like it's such a, he has like this disdain for her. Like he knows he cannot speak publicly, but it looks like he has so much animosity hidden because of the fact that she's able to speak very, very fluently without having to stumble over her words. She's very smart. Now, he did give her accolades, stating that she was probably the smartest person in their college at the time. But this man right here, he seemed like the type of person that he would literally stop your success because he does not want you to be bigger than he is. And I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of people, but if you go back and watch it and just look at his reactions when she speaks, it's almost like it's just a face of disgust. And it's sad that it took Melody all that time. And I know she probably stayed a lot for her kids, but baby, it's like when you're in it, you don't see the signs, but when you're on the outside looking in and you see what type of person that person that you laid next to all those years really is, it is such an awakening experience. It doesn't matter how much you're in love, you're gonna definitely have a moment when you're just like, you know what, thank God I made it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really, really, really happy that Mel decided to leave this dude because, and I hate talking bad about people, but Martell is just, ugh. Now he's a nice looking guy. We'll give him that. Now in the head, I'm kind of funny about the way his head's shaped, but that's a whole nother story. Now it's crazy that this scene actually switched to Marcel and Tisha talking about Martell and Melody, and Marcel was like he would never want to be Martell, and then Tisha threw a little bit of shade in there saying that, oh, I would never want to be Melody. Melody is good at being Melody. What does that mean, Tisha? I don't know. It just sounded a little shady, but girl, nobody would want to be Tisha, first of all, because Tisha is such a doormat. But we're going to get deeper into that as we get into these seasons. So, y'all, in this next scene, Melody was talking about bringing. So, okay, so Martell had brought this idea of buying this piece of land, and he decided that he wanted to build two houses on this. So Melody's idea, this is when the comeback group comes into play. She had an idea of bringing the comeback group together, and Martell was like, no, this is for Holt and Holt because we build custom homes. Y'all gotta listen to this because this man doesn't even have his builder's license. Listen to this.
We can go and get and put two houses on it, I think. Be pretty cool.
So I'm kind of thinking, what about the comeback group coming back together?
No, I was really thinking about Whole Custom Homes. I mean, we're the home builders. The comeback group was formulated about, what, 2-3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
The six of us wanted to get together to not just build houses in North Huntsville, but to really revamp that area.
We were like, okay, something has to be done, and you can't sit around waiting for, public elected officials to do it. And so
Y'all, what the hell Martell get a building license from? He means Melody has a building license? Dude, you cannot build a house because you don't have a license. So here's what my issue is with Martell. Martell is the type of person, and I'm learning this just for we're only, what, 7 minutes into this, and I've already seen that Martell is the type of person that basically lives vicariously through other people. It's super, super weird. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, you don't have a freaking builder's license. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Martell? Now, as we delve deeper into this episode, I'm probably gonna play like a little bit of snippets in here, only because I want y'all to hear some things that was said. What Miss Kimmy said about hold on. What Miss Kimmy said about Melody. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into this next scene. So this next scene, Mel actually reaches out to Maurice about the Comeback Group initiative. And one thing I noticed, so the scene actually started with Kimmy talking about finding her florist for the wedding, which I really believe that was some just something made up just so she can have some. One thing I noticed off the bat is Kimmy and Maurice don't really have a storyline other than the situation with Maurice's with Monsters. I don't want to call him Monsters. I'm gonna call him Maurice Jr. The issue with Kaiwa and Maurice Jr. Their storyline is really not non-existing. Now I do believe that Kimmy does have cancer, but I don't, and I hate to even say this. I pray for her anyway, but I just don't think it was as I'm not even gonna say that. Y'all just scratch that out. Just forget I even said that. But anyway, so so Melody reaches out to Maurice, and immediately the look on Kimmy's face is priceless. I'm gonna play this little snippet so y'all can hear it. It's just crazy. Listen to this. She's actually saying no. She's gesturing no because
You would say that. You are so funny.
Melody has always been a little extra. I just don't always feel that what she's giving me is genuine.
So listen, Martell showed me 2 home sites that he found in North Huntsville.
no, this is crazy that Kimmy would even say she's extra and she doesn't
I
seem
was surprised to
genuine.
get the call from Melody about the comeback meeting. I actually thought
Now
they
the
had moved
look on Kimmy's
we
face
started
when they're
doing our
doing
own
this
thing
interview,
afterwards. I felt
it
like
speaks
time
volume.
had passed.
She's breathing hard, like, girl, and I want to feel that I'm like
I think that the way that things ended the last time,
a body sense
you know, we can always
detector.
give it another shot. I mean, we're still
I'm
friends,
not
so
though.
I'm for it. I think that Kimmy would probably be for it too. I just need to ask her when I get a chance to.
Okay, yeah, see how that goes. Okay, great. Well, we'll be setting that up. Let's make the comeback have a comeback.
Girl,
There we
Kimmy.
go.
Okay, I'm about to get a little ratchet with
There we
y'all.
go.
Okay, Marty.
All right,
Pause
take
this.
it easy.
It is giving hater. You hear me? I really, really believe that these women, they are jealous of Melody. I mean, we're literally, I'm not even 10 minutes into this 40-minute episode, and the shade has been throwing one after the other. It's so crazy because Kimmy, like, we understand you're like probably 50 years older than, I'm just joking. She's not 50 years older than Melody. But girl, you do not have to act like that. Like, I, I'm usually a good judge of character, and even if she is quote unquote a little extra, I take offense to that because people say that about me all the time. But that's just my character, that's my personality. So for me, I don't have to turn on and turn off. I am who I am. I have those moments where I might be a little witty, a little funny, I might be a little over the top, but I always tell people I'm not for everybody, and Mel might not be for everybody. Like, there's things she's a little over the top. She likes certain things, just like you want to deal with a man that apparently, allegedly, in my opinion, he's basically a womanizer to me. But that's neither here nor there. That's your husband. I'm not going to talk about their personal. Well, I am going to talk about it. I don't know why I said I'm not. I am. But girl, Kimmy, I had to actually go back and watch to realize how shady you are, girl. Cut it all the way out, honey. Cut it out. But Yeah, so in this next scene, of course, they introduced Marcel and Tisha officially after they done said all the shady boo boo stuff. But anyway, um, yeah, so Marcel comes in and, he talks about Tisha being a stay at home mom and all this other B crap he be shooting on. Anyway, so Marcel immediately says Mel reached out to him. And y'all, again, I'm big on looks. Tisha gave Marcel the grimiest face, like, I know you did not just say that name in this house. I'm just joking. One thing I'm gonna say positive about Tisha, and y'all can't take this away from her, although I'm in my feelings, I don't really care for Tisha. She wore her natural hair in the first season. You cannot take that from a girl. Anyway, y'all, Tisha, first of all, fast forward. I'm just going to fast forward 1 second to what's going on in season 6. It's clear that Tisha grew a butt and a breast. I'm not sure what the hell, what y'all call her, Uncle Wanda, her mom, Uncle Wanda, talking about. But baby, Tisha was with the flat board committee. Her butt was not buttoned like this in season 1. So allegedly, but apparently, she did get a butt job, and it looks like a boob job too. But I'm not gonna talk about a woman's body because we all have things that we hate about our bodies. I hate my knees, but I try to work on them, try to get to the gym and get them like I wanted to get, chiseled down. But anyway, Marcel was a jerk from the beginning. He talked about playing your role and all kind of BS, like, dude. And Tisha was down for it. She didn't give a darn. She laughed so much in those interviews. I'm like, girl, why are you letting Marcel play you on national television? Like, for real. The way he played this girl, I mean, she got mad a little bit, and I'll give her props to that. But stop trying to let Marcel do you on TV, girl. I guess after she went back and looked at those previous seasons, she was like, hell to the no. What you not gonna do? Anyway, so fast forward to the next clip, the next scene. They all met up. I'm kind of like going through it a little fast because with that little scene with Marcel and Tisha, it didn't give that much. Y'all didn't miss nothing with that. And I'm just going to be honest. The only thing really in the first episode we got was meeting the couples, seeing where Martell little narcissism came in, seeing pointers when he was possibly cheating, because it was times when Melody couldn't even get in contact with him. I mean, I'm sorry, with Melody. Melody couldn't get in contact with him. They showed the kids, which I find is very interesting. Now Martell doesn't even want his kids to be on TV, but all of a sudden, like back in the day, we saw the kids were like a part of the whole storyline. And I get it to a certain extent, but Melody should be able to show her kids online. She should be able to, express or give us like pieces of her being a motherhood, and all that good stuff. But child, listen, I just can't with Martell. Anyway, so they all meet up with the about the land to build the 2 houses, and they all agree pretty much that they were going to go ahead and start that little project together. Marcel was in his feelings about the 47 acres. So the story behind the 47 acre in the first season, first episode, was that Marcel brought the 47 acres to the Holt, so everybody that was involved in a comeback group as a whole. There was really no movement on the comeback group, and this is per Melody. This is Melody's version. There was no movement on purchasing the comeback group, so Melody and Martell decided to go ahead and purchase the land. However, let the Scotts tell it, and Kimmy. I'm going to say Scotts and Kimmy because they're not actually married yet in this first episode. Let the Scotts and Kimmy tell it. Kimmy said that Marcel and Maurice brought the idea to them, and they basically went behind their back to purchase the land. Listen, business is business. Melody felt that the land was going to be sold, so they went on and purchased it. And my thing is, if we're all in business together, it should work as a commodity. But I really personally feel, and this again is in my opinion, and allegedly, I feel that Marcel and Tisha, Maurice and Kimmy didn't have the money to purchase the land at that time. They wanted, I think what they wanted to do was they wanted Melody's and Martell money to purchase the land, and then they all kind of like joint venture with them. Listen, I'm at real estate school right now. I'm learning a lot about how the business works. Hopefully I can get to a point where I'm able to purchase huge amount of land and learn different things. There's no way in hell if I can afford to buy some land by myself, and I get it, the comeback group, but you got to keep in mind that they also have their own business as well. So Hold to Hope will definitely be, at this point, at the stage in season 1, episode 1. I'm talking past tense. I don't want nobody jumping in my comments talking about, because God forbid anybody thinking that I'm thinking that Melody should take Martell back. Hell to the no. Like, this girl has rose so much, and if you go back and watch the episodes, I really feel that he was holding her back from just being amazing. I'm so proud of Melody. This woman gives me so much motivations, even with the YouTube channel here. And I'm just going to go off a tangent for just a second. I had other YouTube channels in the past. It was doing pretty good, but I just kind of like phased out. And I was like, you know what? I always wanted to get back into my vlogging. But it seems like, you post videos, you don't get that much traction on them. And to be honest with you, I haven't really been doing a lot of marketing with it. I do have a lot of followers on Instagram, and a few on TikTok or whatever, as well as Facebook. So, and I realized, I was like, girl, you're not even marketing anything. You have so many, I have a lot of businesses that I do market, but my passion, first passion is vlogging and writing and that sort of thing. But Melody has really given me some inspiration as to going back and just following those little bit of dreams. But that's just a little bit of tidbit about me. Let me get back into the video. So Martell comes in the office. Melody's been trying to call his ass, and he's not answering the phone. And she basically said, look, Ninja, you need to answer the phone when I call. And why in my spirit, y'all, my spirit bone was telling me that Martell ass was probably with Slaughter at the time. I don't know why, but it's just telling me that his ends was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. Because after the scene when he drove off, he was like, oh, I'm done with this. So my thing is, and everybody says that Martell is the narcissist, but I think this dude actually has a mental problem. Because if you're filming this show, why the absolute hell would you want to even... you could have cut it off. Like, dude, cut it off. And even if you didn't know whether Melody was going to bring up the fact that you were cheating, he talking about he didn't answer the phone because he was on the phone with a builder. Dude, you don't even have your builder's license. Again, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay, so in this last scene, y'all, and I think it is the last scene, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into it. So now we get into the cheating allegations. So Kimmy decided that she was gonna have like a little get together with the 6, and she's fixing dinner or whatever, setting up a little platter with Maurice. Y'all, why in the hell when they sat to the dinner table, I mean, the mood shifted so quickly. Okay, let me back up. So this dinner was actually supposed to be them celebrating the land, that they thought about purchasing together, which I think was actually a setup to kind of bring out what's really going on. I'm just going to say that salmon that Kimmy was preparing to look good, child. I ain't even going to lie. The people say Kimmy can actually cook. Oh, one thing that I wanted to point out too. Kimmy does have natural hair. But I think that she was wearing weaves back in the day too, because if you look at some of her interviews, she has shorter hair and it looked like it could be a quick weave. And then when she's at home, she has like the longer weave. And what's up with I don't know. I think that Melody was actually Martell and Melody was having some issues. Well, they were actually, from what I understand, they were in the process, so they had already separated before the season actually started, the pilot, and then they went back and decided to get back together, give it another try so that they could film for the show. But anyway, so the guys go outside, the girls inside talking, the girls go outside, and Tisha with her nosy self talking about what's the tea, like da da da, why y'all coming in separate. That's what I was leading up to. So Martell and Melody came, they went over to Kimmy's house, but they came separately. So Miss Fake's sister, we're sisters, Letitia, says that, oh my gosh, we're sisters, so if you ever need to talk, da 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 da. Girl, bye. Because it was just as fake as a $2 or $3 bill. I'm not going to say $2. I really feel that I don't think Tisha was really never Mel's friend either. And the reason I say that is because if you think about it, when Tisha had the conversation with Marceau about wanting to do other things than being a mother, she actually lived up. She was in her mind trying to, I don't know why I said lived up. She was in her mind trying to mirror what Melody had. Like, she wanted that power that Melody had. Everybody knows that Melody was the brain behind Holt and Holt. She was the driving force. When the guys went outside and they started talking, they asked, basically asking Martell, what's up? I'm going to play this right quick so y'all can kind of hear what's going on. Hold on.
Not be married to someone like Marceau. At times he can be condescending and very controlling. Marceau, I feel, enjoys having a wife who doesn't mind being in his shadow.
It's just his roles in his mind.
In his mind.
The way they were raised, they can't let that go.
You don't have these ladies just staying home nowadays. No. Just being a full-time stay-at-home mom. Let me cater to your every need. Let me take care of their kids. Like, I don't know.
She told me sometimes she feels like a single parent.
I would agree. Marcel, you would agree that she's a single parent? She's not looking at the financial aspect of it.
That's, you gotta look at that.
Listen, Tisha, girl, why are you letting Marceau define who you are? Like, she been doing this. Like, before we even knew about a Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, one thing I can say, and she might not want to give your girl her props, but Tisha, Melody has brought you out that house. And I think that animosity is what Marceau has against you. Marceau wanted a woman that's going to stay home, take care of his kids, hide, he don't want his woman out in the street. And the fact that Melody came out there and took Tisha out, that was revenge for him. Like, he definitely wanted his woman at the house. You know what I'm saying? Or his woman at the house while he's out doing whatever the hell he want to do. It's crazy. When I'm looking back at it now, you know, and I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes. So hopefully I want to talk about this last little piece and then we can go ahead and end it. But when they got to the table and they started talking about cheating, baby, I could see the sweat piling off of Martell's skull. Like, he probably, I really, really don't think that he knew that Melanie was going to bring that up. I think that he thought that she would probably mention something about cheating, but listen to this.
I tell you what, that Melody is a pot stirrer. That girl will have some questions that'll make us drive home separate.
Maurice and Kimmy, since y'all dated forever,
Yikes.
Melly was a little shady too, girl. Just a little bit.
What do you guys think is going to help you guys make sure your marriage lasts?
The difference is a level of maturity and not rushing into things. I mean, at the end of the day, if this is the person that's for me and I'm the person for her and we're going to be in eternity, why rush eternity? I think that kind of sums it up.
Hey, when you said why rush eternity, was that your way of kicking the can down the road and not proposing?
For a while, she was too good to be true.
Maurice, stop the lies. He was too good to be true. Okay.
No, you know what? I like it. And Maurice's
Code word
first
for I
marriage,
was
he
still
he was
married
a different guy.
and
He
I
was
needed to
teaching
get a
at the church.
divorce.
He gets divorced, drops
Allegedly,
40 pounds,
in my
goes with a
opinion.
5 o'clock shadow. They're like, who is this guy? The whole time, I'm wondering why is she still single? So I'm waiting on the other shoe to drop.
You hadn't dropped yet?
But no, it hadn't.
So Maurice, it takes 7 years for you to realize that Kimberly was actually single and you were still waiting for the food, the other foot to drop.
So Marcel,
Okay, Maurice.
we all know you guys are big on the whole role thing. So is that what you guys feel has caused your marriage to be successful?
I didn't know that going into our marriage.
If you knew that, would you have still married him?
I don't know.
Ooh, y'all should see the look on Marcel's face. Tisha basically just said, I don't know if I would have married him if I knew that he was a chauvinistic pig, in my opinion, allegedly.
If you knew that, would you have still married him?
I don't know.
Oh,
Now,
But if you had had that conversation,
listen,
you very well may not have
I just
said
have to
yes.
pause this here for a second because we all know that, Tisha, girl, we all know you married Marcel because you was pregnant. But, girl, you talking about you don't know if you knew how, but y'all got to see the look on Marcel's looking like, I know you didn't. He looking like, when we get home, bitch, I'm about to tear you the hell up. Y'all excuse me for using the B-bomb, but I'm about to tear your, I'm about to tear into your egg. Like, he looking like, T-shirt, you done said too much, girl. You better shut the hell up. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Right. Right. And it would have been the biggest mistake of my life because I love my life right now. It works.
She loves her life.
Like, it's challenging. Jesus.
Let's not lie, Tisha. Let's not.
Oh, Tisha's so sweet. I could never be Tisha. We're totally different. Submission is necessary in a marriage, but she's a lot more submissive. Sometimes because of how people have kind of conditioned themselves, some things are okay and acceptable. I'm not the type of woman who would ever accept that. I think that this is good conversation though, because I feel like when people get married, you're all excited and no one is talking to those potential couples about, well, when this happens, this is what you do if and when this happens. You know
Okay,
what I
here
mean?
we
So
go.
it
Melanie's
ends
about to
up
put it
being
all on the
parents
table.
like that.
And this
No
is,
one's
people say
talking
what
to
they
them
want to
about
say, but I believe this was actually the tipping point right here as to why people identify themselves with Melody as a real person. Because if I go across this table, I see fake. Oh, lovey-dovey little flowers and butterflies. No. Now, when we first, and I'm going to say this at the end, so I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all listen to them. Rest. You're lying, Tisha. You would not leave Marcel. Marcel has verbally abused you. Allegedly, in my opinion. Mentally, allegedly, in my opinion.
So Mel can do whatever she want to do. You're all good with it.
So she can smack you.
She has.
She can.
She has, yeah.
why?
It probably was because of that shit up.
Oh!
That deserved the
You
slap.
know what? Well, I was
That
looking.
deserved the slap.
I actually ducked because I thought it was coming.
Listen.
It's coming. Man.
Martell is very arrogant.
Martell
He
is
likes
very
to
arrogant,
try things,
yes.
test the waters. Let me
And
see if I can get away with this. Let me see. You know,
I don't test the
And
waters.
jealous.
you don't test the waters, no, you don't jumps
And,
in the ocean.
what's the other word I'm looking for?
What's your non-negotiable?
Here we
Okay,
go.
well, I'll go first.
She puts it on the
let's
table.
say that Martell decided he wanted to go out and cheat. And let's say I decided to give Martell a second chance. And Martell continued to cheat and continue to do so in a disrespectful manner. And by disrespectful, I mean anybody is calling my phone
Is
or
there a
texting
respectful
me.
way to cheat?
Well, it kind of sort of is now, I've learned. See, this goes back to those conversations that people don't have with you before you get married. It's one thing if you're cheating and your partner never knows, isn't it? Right? There's one thing if you cheat and you don't really give a damn. And it is what it is. I'm not going to change. This is me. It's fun. This is what I want to do. At that point, you kind of got a little arrogance and a little real disrespect going on at that point. And that's when you be like, deuces.
I'm not a cheater, and it's nothing that I ever thought of.
I'm probably going to play this clip. I'm not a cheater. It's nothing that I ever thought of. If you see the lie look on Martell's face, it's ridiculous. Like, dude, he could never be faithful to anybody. Everybody around this table knows that Martell cheated.
However, nobody had confirmed any information. But you can tell something's not right.
So that's pretty much it of this whole episode. I gave you guys a rundown piece by piece. I'm gonna try to upload these daily until we get to season 6. It's gonna be kind of, might be sporadic, like I might skip a day or what have you, but what I took from this, so I actually had a few pointers in this first episode. We talked about the comeback group. So basically with the comeback group, like I stated before, I really felt like I felt like the Scotts, I believe that they did find the land, but I wholeheartedly believe that they couldn't afford the land. So when they brought the idea to Melody and Martell, and again, this is allegedly, in my opinion, this is what I think. I'm not saying that this is what happens. So nobody try to say, oh, well, I said da-da-da. This is my opinion, my review, how I felt about it. I really feel that they tried to go out and get Martell and Melody to purchase the land, and they added into that into the comeback group initiative. That's how I feel. The second thing I took away from this was Kimmy from episode 1. A few minutes into the episode, I really felt like she showed her true colors about how she felt about Melody. Now, we know things change throughout the different seasons. Okay, fine and dandy, but I still think that Kimmy had some level of disrespect and jealousy when it came to how she viewed Mel. You shouldn't box a person and say that, okay, well, I don't think they're genuine because they're over the top. Like, that's crazy. Everything I've seen in all these seasons, Melody has not changed. She's been the same person. Only thing that's changed was the fact that she said, look, I'm not going to let a man just treat me any kind of way, run over me, cheat on me continuously, and just continue to take him back just because other people want to see us together. And I'm just going to be honest. Together, now when you're with somebody in a relationship, a lot of times you can bring out the best in them. Together, they did look good together. But I have so much respect for Melody right now. I'm so happy that she's doing well. I'm so happy that she just stepped out and basically accomplishing things that she wanted to accomplish, probably within a marriage, but was being held back by Martell. The third thing that I want to point out, Letitia definitely from the beginning had no voice. She basically listened to everything Marceau tell her. He wanted her home, and I think this was actually the breakout season towards the end when she got over the hump, when she realized that Melody was that girl. Then she tried to jump on the bandwagon, but get a girl her props. Give Melody her props. She took you out of that damn house, frying bacon for Marceau. Greasy, but anyway, Martell's been a narcissist at the beginning. We all know that. He definitely didn't change his spots. Still a narcissist, still jealous of Melody and all that. But yeah, dude, you don't have your business license. You can't build anything without Melody. And the last but not least, a few other things. Maurice and Kimmy, they were just kind of on the show. I'm glad they brought other couples on because it kind of balanced it out. We didn't really get much from them other than the fact that, you know, they got married in the first season. Okay, kudos to them. But I feel like they didn't really delve deep into their relationship. The side chick thing came out in later seasons and later episodes, but I think it's something else more than Maurice and Kimmy. Maybe we'll see in season 6 or the latter part of season 6, or maybe in the next season, season 7, if there is one. The last thing that I would definitely say is when Melody became a fan favorite for me is when she put stuff out on the table. She wasn't holding, they can call her actress or whatever, but that lady put her whole relationship out for the world. She gave you that. She gave everybody that. She let y'all know what the real deal was. We look good on the outside, but we got some in the inside of our house. Like this is for TV, but this is the real deal. And the fact that a lot of people was able to what's the word I'm looking for? Relate to what she was going through at the time. That's why we were able to kind of like see her as a real person, as opposed to Tisha just accepting whatever Marceau had to tell her, and Kimmy just basically, I mean, a blind man could see that Kimmy was like a sugar mama to Maurice, in my opinion. I don't know why I always get Maurice and Marceau name mixed up, but they're kind of one and the same, to be honest. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now. I've been rambling for almost an hour now. I said I wanted to keep this at 30 minutes. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on so you're aware when I do post new videos. With these episodes, I'm gonna try to keep it very light as far as like intros and outros. So we're just gonna end it here, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have an awesome day. Bye.